Hello there, grade 10s. This is Mr. Rutt coming at you live from the internet. No, sorry, that was stupid. It's not live, obviously. We are in the internet, and I'm going to show you this document, which is Mr. Guide's. Mr. Guides. It's not my name. Mr. Rutt's Guide to Remote Learning for the 2020-21 school year. That's supposed to be in there. So look, this document is basically a list of the digital tools that I am planning on using this year. This might change, but these are probably going to be the main ones. There might be other things, like if I find some really cool simulation randomly one day and I decide, oh, this is a great learning opportunity, then yeah, we're going to use it. But I think these are the main tools we're going to use. Some of these you definitely know already, but teachers use these tools in different ways. So it's important to watch this. Even if you think you know everything about Google Classroom, you don't know exactly my thoughts on it. You don't know exactly how I'm planning on using it. So this will make your life easier if you watch this, listen to this, and there are going to be some things in here you probably don't know as well. So first of all, Google Classroom is the most important tool. This is the hub for everything. All work will be posted here. You will submit your work here. Announcements will be made on Google Classroom. I will grade things and give feedback on Google Classroom. And basically, it'll be a repository for everything we've done. Even like photos of the stuff that I teach on the board will be on Google Classroom. I'll just put everything up there. Okay, number 2, Google Meet. This is where we're going to be doing our virtual classes. There's a link here. It's also at the top of the Google Classroom. And I believe it's going to be the same link every single time, I think. We'll see if that actually works. And it's, the schedule, 2 o'clock to 3:15 on days 3 and 4 for all students, both cohorts. And that's that. Actually, let me go back to number 1 for a second, because I want to actually go to Google Classroom and just show you a little bit. Obviously, I think you guys are like, yeah, Mr. Guide. Mr. Rutt. We know what it looks like. But let me just show you how I like to structure it. Okay, so there are 4 topics here already. This is what we've covered so far. So for example, number 1, you'll notice the icon here means that it's material and not an assignment. So there's nothing to actually submit for this first topic. Now, like for example, here's the PDF of the crossword you did. Like, there's really not very much reason for me to even post this. Like, you've already done it, but just in case you're reviewing later, I'm just putting up literally everything. So it's there because it's part of that topic. Couple of slideshows that I showed you, as well as some photos of my board notes. If we go to number 2, speed of light, so this is an assignment, which you can see from the icon. And this was originally assigned only to cohort A, on their independent learning at home, because I didn't have it organized in time for cohort B, but cohort B will also be doing it. They'll just have a little bit of extra time to do it. Anyway, so you can see the PDF. These are the questions, and you can do them. Let me talk about this for a sec. You can do them by hand if you want to, or Google Docs. I've noticed most students are doing them on Google Docs, which kind of surprised me. Maybe that's my fault for not making the instructions clear enough, or maybe you all just prefer Google Docs. I personally find handwritten way easier for math type stuff, but Docs is fine, I think. I might change my mind depending on the math. If it's like way too messy in Docs, I'll say you have to do it handwritten, but yeah. Okay, next. That's, I think, pretty much all you need to know for Google Classroom. It should be pretty organized. The whole course will be organized into units like this, which will then be organized into topics, which are numbered and hopefully kept clear and logical and organized. Okay, number 3, Google Chat. Okay, this one might be new to you. I don't know if you used it in your classes last year. I actually personally haven't used this a ton, but I've looked around and explored a bit, and I think it's a really good tool. It'll be good for group work. If I assign you groups to do some work in groups, it'll be good for basically asking questions and asking for help. I might be able to jump in and make a comment and help you with something, but also your classmates can do that. And it's just sort of like a discussion board, which is just a lot easier to read than Classroom. So don't post those sorts of things on Classroom. Please leave the feed for just announcements from me, basically. If you want to ask questions, you can do it in chat. So let me show it to you. Chat.google.com. So over here, you can see your rooms. By the time you're watching this, you should have been invited to our room, Western Tech SNC 2D. You'll see a couple of posts from me. You can make your own posts if you'd like. I might delete them if they're off topic, but go for it. And you will be replying to these, and you can see how all messages are kind of threaded in a much easier to read kind of fashion. And I believe you can even create your own rooms if you want to sort of like build a side room off of our main room. We can have all these side rooms as if like different groups are working in different rooms, and we will be doing that when it comes to certain group work type assignments. So this is just a really nice tool, and I'm actually going to be forcing you to use it so that you get used to it and you kind of learn its functionality. Next, Google Forms is where we will do some quizzes. I assume you've probably done this before. It's a nice tool. It automatically grades it and gives you feedback, tells you which questions you got right and wrong. It might tell you the right answers. I'm not totally sure. I forget. It's been a while. Google Docs, slides and sheets, self-explanatory. You guys know what that is. I guess I'll just mention that for Google Sheets, I don't know how much spreadsheet work you guys have done before, but that might be something I ask you to do for a lab, like organizing your data and beautifying it, making it, presenting it nicely in a spreadsheet. So if you've never used a spreadsheet before, just be aware that you might have to in this course. So email I put on here, but really I only put it on here in order to say try to avoid using it. We have a couple other communication tools, right? We've got Classroom, and we've got Chat, and we've even got Meet on the days that we have virtual classes. I would prefer that you don't use email. Maybe you use it because something's not working in Google Classroom and you need like a backup or something. I don't know, but for the most part, avoid it. Although email is how your parents can contact me if they want to contact me. But you do still need to check your email regularly, because I might send certain things out via email. And finally, we have PhET, which stands for physics something something, I think. Anyway, it's a bunch of science simulations, and they're really good. Now, there are other science simulations out there, and we may use some other ones that are not from PhET if I find some good ones, but PhET is generally quite good. And so I'm just going to show you around a little bit if you've never used it. So you can sort by what branch of science you're talking about. I have physics selected here already because I taught physics last year. So you can see there are a ton of them. Like there are really quite a lot. Many of them are like very advanced, like university level, but some are great for what we're doing. I did this one last year with my grade 11 physics class as a lab. They had to do it. They had to take their data in the simulation because it was COVID and everybody was at home. And I'll show you this one because why not? Playground is the most fun one. So it's really simple. You can see there's really not much you can do here, but you basically just build something. So we build ourselves a little skateboard track here. And you can make it whatever shape you want. You can, set up a jump for this person to jump off and die. If you're feeling morbid, boom, ouch. Oh, they survived. Okay, good job. And there's, you can typically with these simulations, you can change all sorts of parameters. Like you can change the mass of the person, you can make them huge, and you can put no friction on the track so they go really fast. Let's watch that. Whoa. I like how the person was just like a larger person. It wasn't like they were fatter or something. It was just like physically it just kind of expanded. Yeah, typically you can also kind of see quantities or make measurements if you want to get more technical. And if we're doing a lab, then yes, we do want to get more technical. You can kind of see how this person's energy is changing. I'm not going to explain why. That's grade 11 physics, but anyway, yeah, that's a pretty good demo of what PhET can do. We won't be using this one because it's not grade 10 science, but we'll be probably doing something like this. Okay, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and whatever the other things are. Share, subscribe. All right, whatever. Bye.